everybody. I'm Adriana from The Good Cycle, and I'm here at Acacia and Ganga's house, and now I'm gonna talk to Acacia. If you haven't watched the talk with Ganga, it was filmed today, really, you know that, but it was posted last week, so just go and click on that talk, and this talk is good now. So I met Acacia a couple of years ago.
Yep.
In your celebration, to womanhood. So I have a crush on Acacia, and she knows it. I've told her a gazillion times, right? You know, I have a crush on you, right? Okay. So she is an awesome 15-year-old girl, and the reason why I have this, crush on her and stuff, it's because I haven't really seen that many times. Actually, I've never seen a 15-year-old girl being so comfortable in her body, in herself. It's probably not really something you can know so much because you are in your body, so you kind of don't know what it means to not be in your body. You take it for granted. Totally, it's like a fish swimming in water. It doesn't know it's swimming. You got the thing. But I know I was really not in my body much when I was that age, so I can really tell. And somebody, I did a talk or a conference type of thing a year ago. It's a year ago exactly.
Wow.
A year ago exactly.
Wow.
And I invited Acacia and an amazing group of women to speak, and Acacia was one of these women, and she was 14, and she was actually speaking to a group of like 60 women older than her. So to pull that off, you can just that's pretty cool. So yay.
Thank you.
So I'm here to really ask you, I wanna, because it's not the majority of girls that have the opportunity to be welcomed into womanhood in a way that they feel celebrated.
Yeah.
So lots of girls, the reality for lots of girls, and what Ganga shared and what was my story. My story wasn't that I was squashed, nobody said I was bad, nothing. But I think that sometimes the silence, the just be met with menstruation is such a big rite of passage for girls. There was nothing. It was a nothingness. So I wasn't, I didn't feel any special about it. So I really want to know, from your perspective, how was it for you to be welcomed into your menstruating years, to your menarche in an empowered way by a group of women celebrating you?
Where to start? Oh god.
It's okay. It's alright. Because I know you were sitting in circles, so you actually experienced being with women from a very early age, right?
Yeah, since I was about 6 or 7 years old, I'd been sitting in circle with Jane and being involved with initiations for the maidens, and it was just something so exciting for me. And Mum and Dad always encouraged us to be a part of the ceremony and actually see what was going on.
Yeah.
And so I think after the first time that I sat in circle, I was hooked. And it just progressed from there, and I got just seeing that this was something that could be celebrated and something so special. And I was thinking to myself the entire time, years and years and years, I want that. That's what I want. I can't wait for that, because that's going to be me one day. I gotta wait ages, but it's going to be me one day. And so, as Mum had mentioned before in the other video, the Maiden Mother Moon song that we
which
done
is the
with
workshop that Jane Collins, that I did an interview with, my first interview. You go back there and watch. So Jane is the Jane that they're mentioning. So she runs workshops for girls as well, and you did a workshop with her.
And she told us, I think this is one of the main moments that I really understood and realised how much I wanted this and how much it meant to me, is this story of a young girl who is told the story of the moon goddess, and how when she comes to the right time of age and
when her body's ready.
Yeah, pretty much. The moon goddess would come to her and visit her in the night time and leave her mark in the folds of the sheets or the clothes, and to let the moon goddess know that you are ready, at least mentally. Her mum gave her a star glow in the dark star to put up in the corner of her window.
Yeah.
As a sign of the moon goddess to say, I'm ready, please.
Yeah, come with me.
So Jane gave us each a glow in the dark star to put in the corner of our window, and I put it up pretty much as soon as I got it.
Yeah.
Raced home and got some blue tack, and every single night I would, before I went to sleep, I would stare at that star and think to myself, please, 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 please. And that went on for maybe 2 or 3 years ish.
Okay, yeah.
Around that.
So you had that expectation.
Yeah. And then I kind of went through a phase where I just had been really busy with a few things. I think it was around Christmas and the whole going away, and we were heading up for a vacation, so it had just kind of gone out of my mind for a bit. But when we were on vacation up north, one day I was just sitting on the toilet, as you do, and I looked down into my underwear and think, ooh, that's odd, I haven't seen that before.
Yeah.
I'll check with Mum. So I ran downstairs and, Mum, is this what I did? Is this it? And Mum's like, yeah. And I just started squealing, and jumping around, hugging Mum, and saying, oh my God, it's visiting me. And it was quite interesting because I'd slept for 13 hours the night before, which was just a kind of something that was a bit magical.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was really my experience. And then Mum did the whole celebration with me and bought me a emerald, which is my
birthstone.
Birthstone. And so I've had that since I met up, really.
And how about so how was it for you? So when I participated in your celebration, it was a group of women, maybe 20 of us, 30?
It was a big circle.
It was a big circle, and everybody was just telling, was Acacia and was another girl, or just you?
No, there was another girl.
There was another girl.
Completely forgotten her name, which I feel terrible about.
So basically we're just telling you guys how amazing you were, how amazing it was to be a woman, and these girls were placed in the center of a circle, and a bunch of women were sitting around and giving them gifts and saying beautiful things and all that. How was that for you? How was the experience of being with women welcomed in that way?
Well, to finally, because I'd seen it so many times before with the other maidens, but to actually experience that and to be the one in the red dress that time, and being able to sit in the center and get all these wishes and gifts, and it was just really it was exactly how I'd imagined it, except 10 times more incredible, and the feeling and just the energy just coming in, I could feel it. I'm just soaking it up. It was so powerful and so energizing, and it was a very magical day for me.
I remember her saying, "Mum, this is the best day of my life."
Very true.
It was very touching, and me from the outside, and I think lots of women probably felt the same. We almost like projecting to the maidens, going like, "Oh my goodness, you know, if I was there at this age, you know, how amazing it would have been to be told by 30 other women, you are beautiful, you are perfect, your body is perfect," and all that kind of stuff. How had so in your group of friends, I'm just curious, in your group of friends, is that the reality for the majority of the girls you hang out with?
No, not at all. I mean, I've talked to them about where, like, my background and how my view it is on it, and bleeding and all of that, and they kind of say, "Oh, okay, whatever," but they don't.
That's not how they experience it.
No, not at all. They say, "Oh God, it's so annoying. I got my period this month," and it's not a positive energy.
And do you think that if some of these girls had been exposed to a circle of women just telling them how amazing they are and all that, do you think that having an initiation like that could potentially change things for girls?
Potentially, yes. But I think that part of it was, it's very much it is a long process, and it's more of a long-term thing. Like, being growing up with this, and Mum had talked to me about, of course, all the need to know facts or whatever, but then also the magical side of it, the sacred feminine power of this, and how amazing it really is. I think that was really what helped it along as well. So not just the idea of the ceremony, but being able to talk about it.
So what do you think would take girls from your, and you might not know the answer, I'm just putting it out there. So what do you think that would take for girls your age to go like, that's something that's desirable, that's something cool? Because menstruation, what I feel is that maybe because for my generation, it's not that it's uncool, we're past the cool, uncool phase, it's more women my age think it's a inconvenience. So it's a negative, but it's an inconvenience. I think that what I'm noticing is that for a lot of young girls, it's not really cool. Like, oh, what if I bleed? Oh, nobody can know that I'm menstruating. It's not a cool thing. How? Because it's so cool. It is so cool. If you don't know that's cool, it is cool. You're gonna find out that's cool. But how can we, make this information accessible to girls your age? What would they aspire to? Is that, what do you think?
Oh gosh.
Do you think if more girls your age liked it and it became more common?
Oh, it would change everything. If it was more common, that'd be the start potentially of the world changing, and being able to have more consciousness within oneself, and being able to share that, I think, is really important. So I think that is, again, what Mum said, communication is very vital in this, with talking about it with friends, even if that's not how they've grown up or what they exactly believe, but to be able to say to them, this is, if it is your background, or if you'd like to start trying, or being able to bring that into your life and be able to say to people, this is where I'm at. If you can respect that would be wonderful. And of course I'm not going to wrong you. I would respect
where you're coming from.
A mutual respect kind of thing. But so being able to talk about it with friends, with family, actually, so parents, siblings, or just being able to say, I'm feeling really inward, or something like that, whatever it is that you're feeling. It doesn't have to be inward, it's I'm feeling really energized, or my flow's really heavy, and or I'm really in pain, or I'm really not, or I'm really worried about this. Just being able to talk about it is that's how it gets spread, and it's little ripples. So one little drop can bring out a whole set, and potentially bring it around the whole world.
Because we were talking, and I was thinking, I never talked openly about menstruation. It's not something that lots of households, do. But it's really, so that's open for you and it's available for you. So how does it feel to just go and talk to dad, or you have a brother, and go like, and have them understand, I'm menstruating today, so that's why I don't feel like doing this. And how does it feel to be accepted and for what you're feeling?
It gives me more of the confidence boost that I need to know that I can accept it myself. If when I have my entire family just accepting it, or saying to me, you be how you need to be, it's okay, really can
validate
and really let that process within me, because sometimes I can say that as much as I want, but sometimes it doesn't always process through, and I don't always live what I'm saying, but that's starting to come to life a little more.
No, for sure. I think it's amazing that you have this openness and even the clarity to speak about it, and which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. So
and for her, pretty normal. Like,
Exactly.
That's kind of how it is.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say when I asked the question to you. I was like, how does it feel to be able to talk about it? I was just thinking, oh my gosh, she probably doesn't even know how it feels because that's so normal for you.
Yeah.
And you don't have the contrast
Mm.
to because if you didn't have that, you would go like, oh, I didn't have it before, and now I do, so I know.
Yeah.
But
It's just kind of
it's just what
a
it is.
constant
You know, you
thing.
can go
Yeah.
like, Dad, can you get me some pads? Dad, I'm feeling that, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's natural, and I know that lots of girls cringe of the idea to even mentioning pads and dad in the same sentence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Very
Pretty much.
So just that, it's natural for
just
you.
something you don't do in their opinion.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
And it's natural for you, so it's great. So, you know, if you have any questions for Acacia, for Ganga, for myself, post on the boxes below, and we are going to keep this conversation going, and hopefully more girls are gonna, you know, be like Acacia in the future, to just really be in contact with their feminine cycle and, you know, their amazing bodies, and how amazing would that be?
It will be wonderful when that happens.
Exactly, exactly. So lots of love. Thanks for watching. Thank you.